Sorry.
Fine.
There you go.
He sounds a lot like my grandmother.
I'm looking at yours going, you're up, what did I do?
All right, we're back in session as the Board of Equalization. Everyone that is going to participate in this hearing during this hour will be sworn in by the Chief Deputy, or Chief Clerk.
If you'll stand and raise your right hand if you'll be speaking. You guys already did.
Okay, good. I'll do that.
Do you solemnly swear that any testimony you're about to give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
All right, you can go ahead and come up. You'll be the first one on here. This is a hearing of the Board of Equalization under Idaho Law 63501. The Board of County Commissioners is required to convene as the BOE. We're here to determine market value under Idaho Code 63205. All real, personal, and operating property subject to property taxation must be assessed annually at market value for assessment purposes as of 12:01 a.m. of the first day of January in the year in which such property taxes are levied. Furthermore, under Idaho Code 63502, the function of the Board of Equalization shall be confined strictly to assuring that the market value for assessment purposes of property has been found by the assessor, and to the functions provided for in Chapter 6, Title 63 of Idaho Code relating to exemptions from taxation. It is hereby made the duty of the Board of Equalization to enforce and compel a proper classification and assessment of all property required under the provisions of this title to be entered on the property rolls. And in so doing, the Board of Equalization shall examine the rolls and shall raise or cause to be raised, or lower or cause to be lowered, the assessment of any property which the judgment of the board has not been properly assessed. The taxpayer shall have the burden of proof in seeking affirmative relief to establish that the determination of the assessor is erroneous, including any determination of assessed value. A preponderance of the evidence shall be sufficient to sustain the burden of proof. We're here to discuss the market value of the property, the condition, state, or information that is relevant to this topic. This is fact, not conjecture, or things you may think. We are not here to discuss taxes, past grievances, policy, personal income, or other issues. If you do not stick to the discussion as requested, your time will be reclaimed. So we're going to give you 3 minutes. This white light will come on when we start right here. The yellow light comes on with 1 minute left. When the red light goes off, then your time is up. And then we'll see if the assessor has any questions about what you stated. And then we'll give the assessor's office 3 minutes the same way. And then we'll give you a few minutes to, if you have questions about what they state at that time. Then we'll have a discussion about what's going on. Be kind, direct all questions or comments directly to the board. If your conduct is out of line, you will be warned. If your conduct continues to be out of line, you'll be asked to leave or escorted from the premises. All right, please state your names and your 3 minutes will begin after that.
Okay. I'm Jim Judd. My wife Debbie Judd.
Okay.
Basically, this is pretty simple. I just don't understand how we can go from $24,335 to $87,875, almost triple in 1 year. We bought the property. We went in and put a road 100 feet off the main road and built us a little spot so we can park 2 RVs. We have no water other than the spring water on the mountain, and there's no electricity. I do understand, you know, if I wanted to pay the money, I can get electricity there, but it's like 20 grand or more to get it over there. I'm just asking it be reevaluated because I can't see it tripling 3 times in 1 year. I do understand it's recreational or you know, however you verbiage that, but it just seems pretty excessive. We're using a quarter of our property. We're 100 feet from the road. Our property is L-shaped, so we've got 120 foot we can enter from the road, and then it goes to a big pie, and it's steep and really woody. It's pretty much unusable. It could be used, but it's going to cost a lot of damn money to put a road and anything up on there any farther, so we just built the spots to camp and have a place to go. So.
And this is Thunder Mountain.
Yes,
The
sorry.
lady that just left had 2 properties.
Yeah, and that's, you know, it was pretty cool. We went to the annual meeting up there, and they were kind enough to come on Saturday, for hell's sakes, and listen to us. So It was pretty awesome. We didn't have any idea what to do until they showed up there, so I do realize the property's gonna go up. The good Lord didn't make any more dirt, and I fully expected it to go up this year, but, you know, I didn't expect it 3 times, for crying out loud. That just seems a little excessive, especially with the economy the way it is. Everything's not in a good state right now, so.
All right, thank you. Questions? Your 3 minutes begin.
Okay, I'm Jason. I'm one of the residential appraisers over there. Just want to start off with a little bit about the subject. Located in Thunder Mountain, they have 5.6 acres, just bare land, and valuing it at about 33 cents per square foot. We have other comparables, sales comparables in the area, similar and are actually located pretty close to the subject. We have one that's got less acreage, and it's only 4 acres, sitting at 35 cents an acre. We have another one that's even less. Both the next two are even less at 3.5 acres, and they're one's 47 cents a square foot and 36 cents a square foot. You know, Thunder Mountain, I mean, the whole mountain has topography issues. I mean, but people want that to be able to have the view, to be able to, you know, same thing as Lava Ranch. It's on the mountainside. We did adjust, it looks like somebody did put a 10% topography adjustment, which lowered the value to 79.5. So that should help out a little bit. But the average price size for the subdivision is 3.5 acres. It's considerably large with additional acres, and that's being valued accordingly for additional acres. Everybody with the first acre has the same value, and I believe that's $46,000 for that. Again, with the comparables with less acreage, more per square foot, and I ask that we uphold the value.
Okay, thank you. Questions about what he just said?
Yeah, how do you value that? You know, you made the comment, a lot of people, they like the view up there and stuff. We actually are on the backside looking off into Fish Creek, and we have a lot of trees on ours. It's a beautiful piece of property, that's why we bought it, but it is timber. I mean, it's not, you made the comment, it's bare land. I assume that means no buildings, is that correct?
Correct.
Yeah, correct.
But there's a lot, I mean, it's forest, it's thick forest. The other side of the mountain is sagebrush, and you got a view for as far as you can see till the next mountain. But, you know, ours is a different piece of property than most of it on the other side of the mountain.
And we've had a lot of people come in and talk about this, and he stated it, that you do have a building right.
Right.
It may be expensive, it may be this, but
Right.
you do have a building right, and that's what is like the first acre.
Right.
So it has a set value, and then for the other acres, you're $5,000 an acre
Right.
in price. And like he stated, my paperwork says that they went from $87,875 down to a worksheet suggestion of $79,500.
Mhm.
So, comments from the board?
No, I've looked at all of the comparables that they used, and I feel that we're justified. They've made a substantial adjustment down for you. And while I agree it would be expensive, there's somebody out there
Oh, yeah.
dumber than you.
There's always somebody with more money than I got, there's no doubt about that.
Exactly. So at this point in time, I just can't see making a change on that.
And ask for a motion.
Mr. Chair, on parcel RPRRTMR004400, I would make a motion that we uphold the assessed value.
We have a motion, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
So we have voted to uphold their value. You're gonna get a letter here in a couple of weeks, it's gonna say that it's gonna change to this suggested value of the 79,000, so it's gonna drop the, what, $7,000?
Yeah, almost 9,000.
$9,000. So it's going to drop that, and you have the ability to appeal to the state of Idaho after that, to the state of tax appeals, or to go to district court if you don't agree.
Yeah, I know, it's life in the big city.
All right, thank you.
Thank you for your time. Have a good day.
All right. Looks like Mullins. And this one, I actually went over to the assessor's office, or not the assessor, the tax office, treasurer's office. This gal has paid the taxes all along. She's behind this year. She hasn't paid taxes yet this year. And she says that her dad took the keys as soon as she inherited this in 1984, and that somebody else is living in it now. And I mean, there's quite a dialogue here.
Oh, yeah.
But that's a police matter, not a tax matter. I mean, her father passed away last year, and her brother wants to buy it for $1,400, and
Is this Samantha?
He was living there too.
Jody Lynn Mullins.
Okay. Mr. Chair, on parcel RPR 3801000402, due to a lack of preponderance of evidence, I make a motion that we uphold the assessed value.
We have a motion, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Next, we have Jacob Hart. And this was another one that kind of just amazed me. I mean, the land value went up $2,000. The house went down $6,000. That's why I wouldn't show up either.
Mr. Chair, on parcel RPNG 2006900, due to a lack of a preponderance of evidence, I would make a motion we uphold the assessed value.
Motion, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Next, we have Samantha Black.
Mr. Chair, on parcel RPPOC 285900, again, due to a lack of a preponderance of evidence, I make a motion that we uphold the assessed value.
Have a motion, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
And next is Richard Leyva. This is a manufactured home. If you have any comments, we're open to them.
Mr. Chair, would you mind if the assessor could speak to the manufactured home values this year, just in general?
Sure. I want to state one thing, that when the gentleman had called, he said that for that year and era of home, he couldn't get insurance. So sadly, I wanted to touch on that. The market value has no bearing on the insurance, what the companies will insure your home. Only bearing is what it sells on market value and based on our sales. Historically, the homes used to depreciate for some reason. Now we're seeing them actually appreciate. Your entry level homes back in the days were $100,000 to $150,000 stick-built homes. Now it used to be the affordable housing market. Now your affordable housing market is mobile homes. So supply, demand, increase in sales for those. I mean, there's a 1 to 2 year waiting period for mobile homes now. $150,000 to $200,000 for a brand new one. And that's naturally, cost of building materials to make those is going to affect the ones that are already made as well. So, and also the sales of the older homes. So the values are going up. We did a big land project and a big mobile home project to get everybody to equity. Mobile homes, probably 5 years, maybe a little more, were undervalued, but we have them fixed now. And so now they're brought up to 100% market value. And, I think some of the older homes got hit a little harder because we were seeing $5,000 to $10,000 values for a mobile home. You can't even buy a shed for that much.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Some of the mobile homes were valued around $5,000 to $10,000 years in the past. You can't even buy a shed for that much. So we had to bring them up to what they were selling for, up to market value, to make them equitable. And that's kind of what's happening now. It's become the affordable housing market now, unfortunately.
Okay, thank you for that market analysis. Mr. Chair, on parcel RPRCMBM 001400, I would make a motion that we uphold the assessed value.
A motion, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, with that being said, we'll be at recess until 11 o'clock.